Alright, yo, what up everyone, it's me BaRKy, and I've got the brain in a jar mod over here, which is a mod made by someone called Translucency. I think that's how you say his name, Translucency, and it allows you to build these things called brains in a jar, which are things that you can add to research benches to give you a boost to research speed. So we put down a high-tech research bench over here, and I go into it, you'll see but it gets a bit of a boost thanks to the fact that it has a brain in a jar around it, and it gives you all the different options over here. The mod does go into quite a bit of detail. As you can see, I've built a few testing things around the world, but the gist of it is that it's all about increasing your research speed by harvesting the brains of tenants in your colony. Let's just let's put it that way. So if you go into the research tab, you'll see that there is a tab called brain in a jar, and it starts with the brain in a jar research at 5,000. You need to multi-analyze it to get it. Then there's multi-brain processing at 10,000, and then the final one is brain melding, which is 15,000. So definitely late game things, but the mod adds in a whole load of content into the game. And as you can see, as I said before, I've got a little testing venue out of here, just around the map. So to speak about all the things it does add in, the gist of the mod is that it starts off with a regular brain in a jar, which gives you this little thing over here, and it gives you +6 research speed. I will go through everything it takes to build each of these in a moment. Just want to go through everything they bring with them. Next up, we have the regular brain processor, which gives a boost of 25%. To the nearby research bench. You can use as many of these as you want. The only thing you can't use multiple of is the master brain. So if you want to put 2 down, it'll give you an extra 50%. So you go up to 163 thanks to the fact that the room is quite clean and no colonists can get in, dirty buggers. We'll put down a dual brain one, which gives you +75%, boost up to 191. You can set down several of these if you wanted to. Bring it all the way up to 436% already, which is just crazy. So you can do this, put down multiple of these ones. The next one in the line is the quad brain processor, which gives you +200% research speed. So there we go, 981. And then finally, there is the master brain, which is a gigantic brain, and it gives you +1000. Now the research requirements go up, as I showed before, but so do the requirement costs. The biggest thing though is that they take brains. You need to harvest brains from friends of yours and put them into these jars. So the first one takes 1 brain, 4 components, 25 steel, 15 plasteel, 25 gold, and an advanced component. Next up, we have the brain processor for 2 advanced components, 10 normal components, 100 steel, 50 plasteel, 25 gold, and a single brain. So the regular brain in a jar takes 125 watts of power. The brain processor takes 500, so keep that in mind. Next up, we have the dual brain processor, which is 5 advanced components, 25 regular components, 300 steel, 150 plasteel, 55 gold, and then 2 brains. And that takes 1000 watts, and it obviously is just a bit more expensive. Put that lightly. Next up is the quad brain processor, and this one takes 10 advanced components, 40 regular components, 500 steel, 300 plasteel, 150 gold, and 4 brains, and that takes 2000 watts of power, a huge requirement. And then next up is the master brain. So this takes 15 advanced components, 50 regular components, 700 steel, 450 plasteel, 200 gold, 10 brains, and 1 AI persona core. This is an incredibly late game thing. Ridiculously so. It costs 46,000 silver. Just keep that in mind. 46,000 silver. Absolutely insane. They also all have their own construction requirements. So the regular one takes 10. And then that's the same until you get to the master brain, which takes 12. You need a construction skill 12 to make the master brain. And it takes a very long time to build. So, that brings us to the next step. It generates heat. They all generate their own heat a little bit, especially the master brain. From what I can tell, it is a huge amount. You can see at the bottom there that the room is at a toasty 100 degrees Celsius, enough to boil water, or 212 Fahrenheit. It is crazy. Which leads me to the next room. The fact that you can stack these brains, which is just awesome and completely and utterly broken. The only thing that she cannot stack, as you can see, I've got 4 master brains, are the master brains. So this caps out at 1192. Can't get any higher than that, unfortunately. I did build this test room over here to show you just how much you could actually boost your research. It's absolutely ridiculous, but I got it up to 5,419%. 5,419%. Let me just get rid of these. Clear that out. And then do this. Disable, disable. Just so I can show you how quickly something gets researched. We can research something small just to show you the actual speed of it. So let's say geothermal power. And then let's get Hedgehog to do it. Hedgehog, we need your help. It's gonna go and research. Watch the research bar at the bottom here. And look at that. Some 4 times speed. We're researching geothermal power, which is 3,200. You can see how he just pumped through that. It is ridiculous how quickly this happens. Done. You can research basically the whole tree in a day with this. Obviously, this is completely and utterly mind-numbingly far in the game. No one will ever get this in a regular game. If you do, you are a god of this game, effectively. Just to put things into perspective, this is 147 6,000 watt days of power. Let me turn unlimited power off. Look at the discharge on them. It's already down 10. Almost down. It's about 5% down in the space of a couple seconds. Which is crazy. It's ridiculous. We're chewing power at minus 52,350 watts here. So good luck trying to get the energy requirement to handle some of these. Now there is another factor. I did speak about the heat generation. It can heat up a room quite quickly if you have one of these master brains in a room. So the temperature outside is 6 degrees Celsius. Indoors, it's pushing 50. Might go a bit higher. Yeah, 60. 4 degrees Celsius outside, 39 Fahrenheit. And inside, it is almost 180 Fahrenheit. 83 degrees Celsius, 84. Hovers around there. Getting higher. We'll leave this for a little while and come back to it. So there's another aspect to the mod, and that is the brain harvesting. In Rimworld, you can harvest brains, but this mod adds in 2 new types of brains. So one is called the drone brain, which is over here. One of these, they all look the same. Drone brain over here. An artificial brain does not function as well as a natural brain, but it will keep a subject alive. BaRKy, barely. Let's go ahead and install it in one of you. Poor saps. He's never done surgery before, just by the way. Nice, nice. There we go. So drone brain moving down 30%, manipulation down 10%, mental break threshold down negative. Wow, 99%. Psychic sensitivity down 99%. Social impact down 99%. And then the worst part of all, the efficiency is down to 60%. So that is absolutely ridiculous. We'll let him get up in a moment. Then there is another one, the augmented brain, which you can install. This is probably the most broken part of this mod, to be honest. But yeah, you get the augmented brain. Look at this. Manipulation up 20%. And then the biggest thing ever, efficiency at 200%. That is crazy. Absolutely crazy. Where's our boy with the drone brain? There you are. Look at the poor man's moving. It's down like crazy. Down to 30% because of this drone brain. I feel bad for him. Otherwise, you can just do the regular thing. Like this man in black over here. We can just straight up harvest their brain. Once you have the required technology and research. And they're dead. Take their brains. Make it into a jar. As you can see, I've got 52 here. I don't want to talk about his predecessors or her predecessors. Take a look at this room. Yeah, so it's at 100 degrees Celsius. So that is, it's 7 degrees Celsius or 44 Fahrenheit outside. While there's 210 Fahrenheit inside. So enough to boil water. Which is just crazy how much heat this puts out. I did make a room over here with some coolers in it to sort of mitigate it. I needed 6 to bring it down to 21 degrees Fahrenheit or 21 degrees Celsius or 70 Fahrenheit to mitigate that. But still, the heat generation is crazy. So inside this room, with a lot of them, it's 70 degrees. If I go here and put down a quantum cooler, this is another mod that I've edited just to sort of break the game completely. Bring it down to 21 degrees. And that's alright, not too bad. If you do have quantum coolers, you can use them. They're quite effective in this regard. Just to show you how broken I've made them, it's negative 273 inside here, or minus 460 Fahrenheit, around about there. And then inside this room, it's 21 degrees Celsius, but you can make it as high as you want, and it'll meet there. So there we go, 2000 degrees straight away. I just did that just to sort of, I thought the temperature would be a bit more of a hassle, because they are flammable, so keep that in mind. But it did not affect them, luckily. But that is it for the Brain in a Jar mod. It is awesome. I might have missed a few things. Sorry about that if I did. I got the gist of it out there. It is a really, really cool mod. Really awesome. It is ultra late game, so don't expect to be using this in the beginning. Is it balanced? Absolutely not. This is incredibly good. The fact that you can get 5,000 research, you can get everything done in a day. So you can research the entire vanilla tree in a day. To get there though, it's going to take you a while. That is 25,000, 15, 30, that's 30,000 with the research. So good luck in there in the beginning. But yeah, it's a lot of fun to mess around with. Anyways, thank you very much for watching. I hope you have an absolutely fantastic day. I will see you all tomorrow. Bye-bye. Hey, thank you very much for making it to the end of the video. It's really, really awesome of you. I've got a Discord server that's free for all to join if you'd like to come and have a chat with me or anyone else. And I've also opened up a Patreon page to help fund my videos. So if any of those interest you, please go ahead and take a look at the description. Have a great day, and thank you very much for watching.